welcome back to Live Well with Banter, a new podcast produced by Haywood and Stuff Productions for Live Well with Cancer. I'm Ben Elliott, auto regulars at the Live Well Hub, Maureen's son. Today we're going to be talking with Michelle Williams, a trustee of the charity, and we're going to get to know her a little bit better and have some banter along the way. Hello Michelle.
Hi Ben.
How are you doing today?
I'm not so bad, thank you.
Well, that's not entirely true. You've got a bad shoulder, haven't you?
Yeah, I've got a bad one. I gave you the polite answer.
You gave the polite answer, but we're not here for polite answers today. We're here for honest answers.
Yeah.
So yes, you had a bit of a shoulder issue, but you feeling okay currently?
Yes, I have
Lovely.
plenty of painkillers, so...
Fantastic.
Yeah.
And is this your first podcast?
It's my first podcast.
Fantastic. Well, I'm really looking forward to it. So today, we've got two kind of parts of the podcast. First bit, we're going to have a bit more light-hearted, a bit more fun, just get to know you a bit more. And then the second half, we're going to talk about Live Well with Cancer.
Smashing.
So the first thing we're going to do is talk about Live Well with Healthy Habits, a project very close to my heart. And this is about the 9 habits of a healthy lifestyle. So I've got 9 questions to ask you, and we'll just go one after the other.
Great.
Okay. So first up, what is one intention you have for the future?
Well, I think one of the main things is having cancer myself. I had breast cancer. It's completely changed my life. Although I've had curative treatment, it's had a massive impact on my life and sort of changed the way I think the future will be shaped. One thing that I do enjoy doing, which you might have in another question, is photography, and I think one of my intentions for the future is to move further forward with photography. I'd always threatened years ago, I'll leave work when I'm X amount of age and focus on the photography, and I probably never would have done that, but I'm leaving work in October.
Amazing.
And it'll give us a chance to sort of spend the time and focus on my photography.
Well, you're a fabulous photographer. I've seen your work. I've
Thank
seen
you.
your work. In fact, actually, I have some to show the audience. Here's a lovely shot of me and my mum from the Live Well fashion show. So yes, you did a fantastic job of that. Looking forward to doing more photography going forward. What kind of things do you like taking photographs of?
When I first started photography, I said I like taking photos of things that don't move.
Right.
So landscapes and buildings and all sorts of things. But that's changed quite a lot. I love taking photos of things in nature. We've got red squirrels in the village. I've got thousands of birds in the back garden, so we have all sorts of things. So I take photos of them, and I've done about 7 or 8 weddings. I enjoy that. It's lovely to join somebody and be with them through one of the most important days of their life.
And what a wonderful thing to give back.
Yeah.
To capture these stolen moments from the weddings. That must be a wonderful thing to do.
Yeah, and the fashion show was amazing. I think for a lot of people it's a once in a lifetime thing that they've been doing, and all the models were people who've been impacted by cancer, and I think never in a million years would they have thought they'd be up on stage, a lot of them even in swimsuits. So it was just a fantastic time and full of joy, and it was an honour to be able to capture that as well.
It's amazing to know that more of your photography is going to be getting out in the world, Michelle. I always like seeing your pictures, so that's a fantastic intention. Next up, what's your favourite thing to do that keeps you present in the moment?
I would say probably enjoying being out with nature.
I'm the same.
Even just getting in the back garden, sitting watching all these birds. My husband's been making us some new bird feeders. He's quite handy with woodwork, and we've even got a couple of special woodpecker feeders that only the woodpeckers can manage. We've had a little family of woodpeckers, and it's just been so nice to watch them. And, just sitting in the background while everything's going on around you is just amazing.
Sounds lovely.
Yeah, it is.
It's great to have that on your doorstep as well, and I'm guessing you like going out for walks and kind of getting out in the nature as well.
Absolutely, and living so close to the coast and to different country parks and things like that. We're just in such an amazing place in the northeast.
Photographer's dream.
Yeah.
All the way up that coastline.
Absolutely.
From Tynemouth up to Berwick. And yeah, wonderful. I'm the same. Being in nature, that's the number one in terms of being present and connecting, because if you're breathing and you're just being there in the moment, you're never going to see it again. That's
right.
the thing, isn't it? Fantastic. Right, so we've looked forward, we've looked in the present. What's one bad habit you should let go?
Saying yes to everything. Absolutely. I'm a yes person. I remember somebody saying, if you ever want something done, ask the busiest person you know. I think the busiest person I know now is your mum, Maureen.
You can't be far behind.
I am that person, but certainly with what I've been through in the last 18 months, I have learned to say no.
Yeah.
I know when saying yes too many times can have a negative effect on me.
Yeah.
So I'm trying my best to break that habit.
Yeah. So
But
managing
I did say yes to this.
I think this is a fun one.
Yeah,
It's
absolutely.
saying no to the things that are going to take the energy and not give you some.
Exactly.
So this is a lovely one to have today. And you're a very giving person, a very charitable person, and you're the kind of person who's going to step up and say, I remember the coffee morning. If there wasn't someone manning the cakes, you were straight up and you're doing a great job. So it's a double-edged sword, isn't it? But I mean, obviously, with your current situation, fatigue is something. So managing that fatigue is something that you really have to kind of be conscious of. So
Absolutely.
saying no to things. Oh, do you know what I imagine actually is probably your issue? Not volunteering for things. It's not even necessarily saying yes.
Yeah, it's like the charity run that's happening for Liverpool with Cancer on
Away the
Sunday.
bay.
Yeah, away the bay. It's instead of me going, oh, what a lovely event, but I'm not running. I'll be there at the start taking some photos.
Yeah.
So I kind of said yes without even being asked.
But it'll be a great thing for the charity, and obviously
absolutely.
with your role to give that back, it's priceless. It really, really is. Well, that's a good habit. I hope you do okay with that in terms of not volunteering or not saying yes. Either one. But lovely. Well, okay. So that's kind of that's the first 3 habits which we look at, and that's about your journey in life. So the next 3 habits is about your health. First one we're going to look at here is about your mental health and expanding your mind. So what are you learning about currently?
Generally in the past, my background in normal work is I'm actually a trainer. So I'm normally on the other side of the learning. I'm usually the one helping people learn, helping people build confidence and stuff that they don't know about. One of the things that I've looked at is how and where I can give back. And one of the things I'm learning about is I've just joined a health research panel.
Oh, wow.
So part of the job for the health research panel is to look at things which will help people get a quicker diagnostic test result, so that if they've got something going on, hopefully they can get a diagnosis faster and treatment faster.
A great project to be in.
So the sort of work that involves is things like I would be given a document which might be how to use this rapid test. Imagine something like the COVID test and the leaflet that you get. So I would be one of the people who would QA the leaflet, quality assure the leaflet, shouldn't use phrases, but go through it and make sure that either if it's aimed at your everyday person, can they understand what steps they need to take to get a successful test result rather than the test be ruined. And so it's things like that. So it might be that the documentation's aimed at a GP or a health professional. It might be that it's aimed at a normal person at home, or it might be a supervised test or something like that. So part of the panel involves looking at the information that's been created and making sure that it's easy to understand and covers everything. So I'm really excited about that.
You'll be really good at that as well.
Just joined the panel recently, and it's part of NIHR research.
Wow, so that's learning, that's exciting. What's your favourite way to move for your physical health?
Forwards. I have been doing yoga, which is involving breathing and stretching, and it's been restorative yoga, so it's good for the mind, the body and the soul. But to try and get back to being a little bit fitter, I've also been doing the movement class. I think I would class that as a cross between old-fashioned aerobics is what we used to call it back in the 80s, but it's kind of like a cross between aerobics and Pilates on steroids.
Oh, really?
So some of the exercises might look quite gentle, but boy, do they affect your core. So
and these are both at the Live Well Hub?
These are both at the Live Well Hub. I've been doing yoga now since a year ago, January, and I hadn't done yoga before that, so I find that really, really good. And the movement class I joined earlier in the year, once I felt a little bit fitter after my surgery and treatment and stuff like that.
What's your favourite yoga pose?
Ooh, that's a great question. We have some made up names for some of the yoga poses which I couldn't possibly say on camera.
Okay.
But I do enjoy a good tree.
Right, okay.
Yeah, my tree has 2 sets of roots on my feet, and I'm not very good at like putting my foot up and bouncing.
Right.
But it comes in time. You have good days when you're fully balanced, and other ones where you're a little bit wibbly.
It's a process, isn't it?
It is.
I was at yoga today, and I've been doing it probably just over a year as well. I love it. It's such a great way to move, and like you're saying, it's not just the movement; it's your mind, it's your body, it's that opportunity. This is my time on the mat. I think it's great. So that's good. It's good to know you're doing the exercise as well, because obviously they're going to feed into each other. The more the fitter you get, the better your yoga will be, and it'll work both ways.
Yeah,
that's cool.
Absolutely.
Next up, so we've talked about your mental health. We've talked about your physical health. Let's talk about emotional health. What's one thing you enjoy?
Well, certainly photography.
Yeah.
And that's somewhere where I can you can kind of just be away from everything in your own little world. Even if you're like photographing something like a wedding, part of what I like to do is make people not even notice that I'm there. And it's something that you'll take a shot of somebody's emotion and they don't even know that was captured until they see it a little bit later on. I just really enjoy photography.
I'm guessing that's the same as well on your end, because obviously you take the picture in the moment, but then when you're looking back afterwards, it's probably a bit like, oh, that was a great shot. That was a great shot.
I will give myself some credit for that.
You deserve to, honestly. You've done some great ones, like all the Live Well fashion shows. I mean, they're the bulk of the ones I've seen, but like I would imagine most people's profile pictures for years to come. There's one of me in my black and white suit with Nicola that I really like. That's the one I like to show to people, and obviously that one of me and my mum. The moments on there, and it's such a wonderful thing to share. So that's a good thing to enjoy. So that was about the health. Last 3 habits is about your relationships. So your relationships with other people, your relationships with yourself, and then your relationship with the food and drink that you're putting into your body. So what's your favourite way of connecting with other people?
Well, it was like this afternoon when I was on my way here. Had a little bit of time to spare, so I decided to go down to North Shields Fish Quay, where we've got a memorial bench for my dad. My dad passed away a couple of years ago, also to cancer. So I have been impacted by cancer before I got my own diagnosis. So I'd headed down there just to sort of go and sit and have a little bit of time, watch the sea and everything, enjoy the little bit of sunshine that we're having. And my mum was sat there on the bench, so I just walked along, shuffled up beside her and gave her a nice surprise. So we just sat there and had half an hour before I came along here, so that was lovely. Actually, my dad was a motorbiker and in a bike club, and every year we had their club organised Armed Forces Day, where we had a massive bike show and a ride-in of like 500 bikes in the Bents Park ahead of the Armed Forces, had a massive charity weekend. So it was like, I knew hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of bikers as well. So you just make relationships in so many different circles.
Absolutely, yeah. You find your communities as well, don't you? And I think that's a great thing about Live Well with Cancer, is that it's a community and everyone's supporting each other. So it's a great thing to come in and be a part of. But also the energy you bring in. You've been a bright light all the way through. Bearing in mind when you were starting, that was on treatment. Like that's a hard time. It's a hard time of everything. But you came in and look at you now. Well, we'll get to the Live Well with Cancer journey in the second half. Okay, so that's your relationship with other people. Now, what about your relationship with yourself? What self-care do you need?
I think it's listening to your body. We talked about cancer-related fatigue earlier, and it's things like it might get to a point in the day where I go, God, I'm so tired, I could do with a sleep. I think when you've got fatigue, having the sleep doesn't really get rid of it, but it can certainly help restore your battery a little bit. So it's about like, if I'm tired and need a sleep, have a sleep. I actually did that yesterday. I had a couple of hours kit in the afternoon, and it made us feel like a bit more rejuvenated. Didn't mean I went to bed any later.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's just about listening to what your body says. If you need to rest, rest. But what I do find though is the more I do and the more active I become, the better I feel.
Right.
That's definitely something. So sometimes you've got like, well, go for a nap, go for a walk, and it's
Yeah.
listening to working out which shoulder is the right one at the time.
At the time is exactly right, isn't it? 'Cause sometimes one is right and sometimes the other one
Yeah.
is. Yeah. Yeah, great answer. Sleep is such an important thing. It's such a big thing. We spend so much time with sleep, really, but it's only when it's going wrong that you start thinking about it. So and then, like you say, in your situation, there's certainly times where you're going to need to sleep more. Last question here. We're going to talk about nutrition. So, if all of the fruits and vegetables in the world were going to disappear, apart from 5, you're allowed 5. What are your 5 fruits and veg going to be?
Well, as it happens, I'm vegetarian.
Oh, mate, yeah.
So
That would be a big loss.
Most of my diet consists of fruit and veg. I think I'd have to have potatoes of some kind. Bananas.
Yeah.
So potatoes, bananas, not together.
Yeah.
Maybe. Peppers.
Yeah.
I do enjoy peppers, onion, and mushrooms.
Really, really nice.
There we
Yeah.
go.
Yeah, you cut a nice. My mum had 4 fruit and 1 veg, so you've got a nice balance. You're probably skewing more towards veg, there, aren't you? Really?
Yeah.
Just about, yeah.
Yeah.
Good answer. Good answer. Let's hope it never happens.
That's the staple of like pretty much everything I eat.
Yeah.
Anyway.
How long have you been vegetarian for?
Oh, probably over 40 years.
Oh wow. Yeah.
So most of my, well, I became vegetarian when I was at school.
Right.
Back in the 80s, where vegetarians weren't really a
You were
thing.
hip and happening. You were ahead of the game. Yeah.
And, I think my mum thought I would grow out of it, and I didn't.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, right, cool. That's cool. Right, well, I'm gonna hit you with some quick fire questions now, and then we're gonna get to the big bit.
Okey-doke.
So, what's your favourite movie?
Gotta be any of the Star Wars films.
All right. I don't want just any of. I want you to tell me what your favourite one is.
Probably the original
The first one.
Star Wars, 1977.
Brilliant movie. Yeah. It's a good shout. That's a good shout.
God, there's my brain fog. I can't even remember what it's called.
A New Hope.
A New Hope.
I'm
Thank
with
you.
you. Yeah. Episode 4 came first. Yeah.
Don't tell anybody I didn't get that.
No, that's You've got a very valid excuse, so we can cut it if you want. Cool. Favorite musical artist?
Beautiful South.
Oh, great answer. Yeah. Well, favorite song? Actually, that's the next question. It doesn't have to be their favorite song. What's your favorite song?
One of my songs that I really love to hear is Love Shack by the B-52s.
Yeah, fun song. Yeah.
It's just like the sort of song like you really need to have on the car.
Yeah, that's good
Probably
energy to be
don't
getting
know
on. Do you sing along?
Maybe. I'm
Right.
not doing it here.
No, I don't expect you to. I don't expect you to. That's a good song though. Favorite book?
I'm not really much of a book reader, to be honest. I haven't read a book in a lot longer than I would imagine, but I did used to read a lot of Stephen King stuff.
Yeah. I like Stephen King.
Yeah.
I like Stephen King. He's a really good author. That's cool. Favorite game show?
Do you know what? Don't tend to watch many game shows as such. I don't know if it would come under game show, but I have been watching The Traitors.
Have you? Right, yeah, I'd totally class that. Yeah. I've not channeled in on that one, but I've heard it's really good.
Yeah, it's interesting. Put my name down for the next series.
Are you going to apply?
It would totally be against what I do innately.
Right, yeah.
But it looks like it could be fun.
Did you apply?
No, I didn't.
You should totally apply, and you should totally try and be a traitor, because I'll be fully against you. Finally, a fun fact about yourself.
I'm a gamer, a computer gamer. I enjoy online games. Me and my husband play quite a lot of games together.
What games in particular?
At the minute we're playing a game called June Awakening.
Oh, wow, yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
it's a game where we both go online, we both have our own characters and we can do stuff together. We've played like Star Wars games, World of Warcraft,
Right.
and just like absolutely loads. We actually met through, well, we met through work, but gaming was one of the fundamentals because both of us have had like wasted childhoods in the
Right.
arcades. In fact, we used to have about a dozen different arcade machines, like different Space Invaders and
Lush. Not
asteroids
wasted.
and all that sort of thing.
Not wasted
So,
if you love it. That's a good thing. That's a
totally,
brilliant thing.
totally love
It's a
it.
lovely thing to share as well.
Yeah.
So what, do you make your own characters? Are you like Paul Atreides or whatever on the
No,
Dune?
you make your own characters
Right,
and you
that's
play
cool.
through the story and
On
stuff.
Dune.
On June.
On June.
Yeah, it's
Wow.
a multiplayer game.
That sounds very good.
So we can do things together online. And it's just a great way of winding down as well.
Yeah, totally. It's a lovely thing to share.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, they've came a long way games as well, haven't they? From the arcade
Oh,
ones back in the
yes.
day. Lovely. Well, I really enjoyed the Live Well with Banter section.
Thank you.
So
Me
let's
too.
transition into Live Well with Cancer.
Okay.
So first question, what was your life like before Live Well with Cancer? I just want to get a bit of context in terms of, who you were before all of this.
Busy, 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 busy. As I mentioned before, I was a trainer. So I would spend my day training people who I worked for a local council. And it was all the staff who were trained. So if there was a new computer system coming in, we would learn. Me and my team would learn how to use the system, write the guidance material, do the training, and we'd just be working with sort of people day in, day out, and being able to provide training on pretty much any system for about up to 5,000 staff was quite fun.
Wow.
So, you'd be doing totally different things on different days, sometimes different morning, afternoon. And then aside from that, I was so that was a full-time job, build up my photography business when I was doing stuff, running photography workshops, so helping other people learn how to get the best out of their
Great combination of both of your passions there, your work and
yeah. And then also doing things for family, doing things for friends, active in our village community, and doing stuff for charity and all sorts of things. So it was just like never stopped.
Yeah.
So
I think that's a personality trait that's coming across nicely well. So
totally.
full of it. It's the way to be as far as I'm concerned, though. I don't know why you'd be anything. We only get one life, so let's live it, and let's live it doing the things we love and that we're good at, and sharing it with the world. And it sounds like that's what you've always done. So
Well, I tried my best, but I think deep down you never really do the live each day to the full.
no.
I think that there's always your little doubters in the mind.
Well, naturally. Yeah. And if you're going full throttle all the time, you'd soon tire yourself out.
Totally.
So it's good to get the balance, definitely. But how did you end up getting involved with liver cancer?
Obviously, as I mentioned before, I got diagnosed with breast cancer back in December 2023. 2023. And when I started my treatment...
That was just before Christmas. Well, it was pretty much Christmas
It
New
was
Year,
actually
wasn't
my
it?
husband's birthday.
Wow.
I got my diagnosis, and then I went back just after, like, the first appointment back after the New Year to get like the results of what type of cancer it was and that sort of thing. And it was just appointment after appointment. I did work out that over 500 days of treatment, I had over 100 hospital appointments, and I think probably about 40 of them were in the first month.
Yeah.
But so it was a bit of a whirlwind then. And when I went to the oncology unit to find out what the chemotherapy was going to consist of, how that was going to work and everything, I found out about Live Well with Cancer. So I came along, I'd had a look and saw that there was some yoga on. I thought, I've never done yoga before, I don't know how I'd get on with it or whatever. So I can remember turning up about 5 minutes before it started, thinking, when I get there, will I say I'm here for yoga or not? I don't know. Anyway, I walked in and Maureen just sort of welcomed us and she's like, oh, you're here for yoga. Ushered us upstairs, and before I knew it, I was part of the yoga group. And to be honest, that supported me through the absolute lowest lows of my health, right through chemotherapy, surgery, radiotherapy, further tablet chemotherapy, so a full sort of pretty much 18 months of treatment. I've been able to say this time last year I was bald, and now look at all this curly hair.
Well, you had really long hair, didn't you, before it all?
Waist length hair. And because I knew I was going to have chemotherapy and the likelihood would be that I would lose it, I got my hair cut short and I donated my hair to the Little Princess Trust.
So it's such a wonderful thing.
They make wigs for children who've been unlucky enough to lose their hair. So the first thing I wanted to do was make something good come out of what rubbish was going on, and in doing that as well, I set up a fundraiser and I raised £3,500 for the same charity as well. Well, I did that, so it was going to happen. I didn't want my hair going in the bin. That would have been more distressing, the waste of that, than being able to raise £3,500 and help some youngsters maybe get a wig.
It's really beautiful. It's a really beautiful thing to do, and I think it speaks to you as a person that at that period of time where, it could be very easy to feel very, very sorry for yourself. Mm-hmm. You've looked outward, you've raised money, you've given a young girl the hair that shoots, it's a beautiful story, it really is. I'm actually getting a little bit tingly off it. I've heard that lots of times as well, because obviously we've been doing the fatigue masterclasses together, so I keep hearing it, but every time I hear your story, it's very powerful. So it's good to share it, and that's a beautiful thing.
The more people I can help receive similar help, support, advice, shoulder to cry on, whatever, the better.
Yeah. Well, that segues us in nicely to the next question, because you were a service user, but you're now, what's your role currently in the charity?
Maureen asked if I would be a trustee. So the trustee role is a voluntary role, and it's myself, Anthony and Sarah work alongside Maureen and the team to try and shape the future of Live Well with Cancer, to see where the funds that are so gratefully received from organisations and individuals, where they can be best used to help the people who need it the most.
Yeah. And how are you finding it? How are you finding being a trustee?
Oh, it's great. It's a way for me of being able to sort of pay back some of the support that I have. But I know if I didn't pay back, that isn't something that's expected of us anyway.
Yeah.
But it's just so nice being able to do that. And it's great meeting the people who come for support, who were classed as service users. And if they can tell us what they think would be best, that it's the people who use the service who mean the most. Yeah.
Well, and that's why it's so great having you as a trustee, not least because of your skill set, because you've got a fabulous skill set that plugs in lovely to what we do as a charity, but having that lived experience. And not just the lived experience personally, but also your dad's side of things there, because you've seen the alternative. Okay, this is what happens if you haven't got support, and family is a wonderful network. But there's something more to be said about the community and kind of being outside of the group, isn't there, in terms of you get different perspectives.
Been coming along and getting involved in things as well.
It was lovely meeting her at the coffee morning.
Yeah, she also last year, my mum came along and we planted up some stuff in the garden
yes, I
that
remember
had been
seeing
grown as well. So it's lovely for my mum to be able to feel involved as well.
Yeah. It's great. I love the community. It's a great thing, and that's why the Live Well Hub's made such a difference, because before that, the community was there and we had the connections with people, but having your own home, having a space there that people come to, and the coffee mornings are just amazing, aren't they? You see, it's like 50, 60 people turning up and just nattering on and having a chat. It's good. It's a wonderful thing. Do you have any sort of highlights from your time with Live Well Cancer?
I think one thing which meant a massive amount to us was I mentioned before that I'm involved in activities in the village where I live, and one of the people who's alongside us on the committee at the village said, would you like us to do a fundraiser for Live Well with Cancer? Why don't we have a coffee morning? So this was just, I actually hadn't even thought of it, and it's probably because I was so tied up in treatment. But in the village where I am, which is New Hartley, they arranged a coffee morning, and it was amazing the amount of support from people from our village who came along and, you know, bought raffle tickets and spent money. Maureen came along, and also some of the other people who are service users at Live Well with Cancer. So it was great for people in our village being able to find out, and you know, they came along to support me and support the charity, and I think at that event we raised something like £1,200.
Amazing.
And I think I hadn't even considered that one of the people in the village wanting to raise money because they had seen how much of an effect that Live Well with Cancer had on me.
Yeah.
And that was just lovely.
And at like £1,200 put in that into sessions, like that's so many sessions. And if you think about group sessions and things like that, like if you know that the reach of what that means is so powerful and such an important. How long ago was that? Was that kind of?
It was November last year.
November last year.
Yeah, because I'm thinking about doing another one soon.
Yeah, right, lush.
Yeah.
Is that when you got support of the quarter? Because you're one of the select few people who got support of the quarter.
Yes, I think it was.
Yeah. I still haven't got it. I've been there from the start. I think it's because I can't nominate myself. But yeah, well deserved. And to be fair, you could probably have it again, but I think it's worth spreading around.
I think the other highlight has been being able to participate in the fatigue masterclasses that have been supported by Northern Cancer Alliance. And it's been lovely being able to go out to those and spend the day with professionals and people with lived experience, and being able to share my story and share my experience of cancer-related fatigue. I think for me it's helped. I've seen the professionals realise and twig a little bit more about what it's like, and it's not just like a couple of words. And the people who've had lived experience, you can see them nod and yeah, and I think that it makes them feel that they're not alone. And hopefully some of the strategies that I've had in helping me deal with it have been helpful for them too, especially things like the wellbeing 9 a day.
It is that lived experience, because it's all very well you've seen statistics or hearing everything in passing, but actually the way you lay out your story from start to finish, the number of appointments, the reality of what this was, even your hair, you know, to show what the hair was before and how long it was such an iconic haircut beforehand, and then it's like, well, actually I've gone through the journey and I'm on the other side now, and I'm someone else.
There's a lot of people who, like friends who I see, who if they're going to be meeting us, they still picture us how they've known us for like 20, 30 years.
Yeah.
And then
that changes, doesn't it? Yeah.
He turns up.
It's a long time. It's a long time to change your visions of people.
Absolutely.
Yeah. But it's the same person underneath it all. Still the same friendship.
Yep.
Yeah. That's great. So, what does being part of the Live Well Cancer community mean to you?
Oh, it's kind of like a new family. It's a family that I never knew I was going to be part of, and I think people always think about cancer as just being like the most horrific thing, but it's incredible how something so horrific can be turned into something so special in that community. Yeah.
And I mean, you've got to take credit for that yourself as well, because it is a choice on an individual level. You're engaging, and you know, it's a brave thing, I think, to come to a session. You know, you read a leaflet, and as you're going here, I think that's a brave thing to do. It's hard to step over a threshold and enter a new community. So, you know, there's that side, but then to have gone through that, to have got the benefit, and then to be so welcoming. Because I see you after sessions, and I see you kind of welcoming people in, and you're very much an ambassador, you're a champion of the charity. It's a wonderful thing to see.
Thanks.
So it's it's a mutual thing. It's a mutual thing, and I think that's the thing about the Live Well community anyway, is that you give what you get, back, you know, if you're going to commit to it and you're going to put the time in, like well-being's a responsibility and it's your own one, so it's about you doing the things, and if you can then share that with other people and you can connect.
There's just so many like inspirational people
Oh,
there.
wow.
It's absolutely incredible.
Totally, aye. And that's what's so great about this podcast. And quick shout out to Hayward and Stuff Productions again for this fantastic opportunity. Really have been blessed. So with that said, what are your hopes for the future?
Happy and healthy. I think just keep it nice and simple.
Yeah, fun. I meant more for the charity, but
for the
that's
charity.
a great one for you.
The hopes for the future, I think, is just to allow as many people to get support as possible, and not just general support, the support that they need.
Yeah.
I think one of the things that's so special to Live Well with Cancer is the counselling service that's provided, and it's just not what you can get elsewhere. And I think if you went to see your GP and asked for counselling, you're waiting forever, and I think the time's probably been and gone by the time you need it. But the feedback that I've heard from people who have been having counselling has just been second to none, and it's life changing and life supporting for them as well.
Is there anything I should have asked you today that I haven't?
Oh, that's putting me on the spot.
It is, just at the end as well.
No, I don't think so. It's been lovely being welcomed along here. And a special thanks to Hayward and Stuff Productions for doing this. It's just so great to find somebody local who's prepared to support the charity as well.
Spot on. Well, a very worthy finish, yes. Well, that was it. Episode 2 of Live Well with Banter. Thank you so much for coming.
And you.
And thank you, Hayward and Stuff Productions, for another wonderful session. Really appreciate it.